The thoughts, views, and comments expressed by Rodney Munker, his guests, and callers on Freedom March are not necessarily those of the management, ownership, or production unit of the Verizon Media Group. Freedom March is a production of ILTV and cannot be reproduced or represented in part or entirety without express written consent of the Verizon Media Group. Freedom March is the intellectual property of the Verizon Media Group. Copyright 2020. All rights are reserved. Freedom March is powered by BTC.
Broadcasting live from the ILTV studios located here at University Drive. Welcome to Freedom March, and my name is Rodney Munker. Today happens to be Wednesday, the 31st day of January in the year of our Lord 2024, and I welcome each and every one of you to Freedom March. The Parliament of the Bahamas has been in session, and they have been debating an amendment to the Bails Act, and there has been some very interesting speeches which has been made in the Parliament. Yesterday, in the Anglican constituency, a 17-year-old Negro lad, he was shot after he received intelligence that someone was attempting to steal his motorbike while he was in the store. So he rushed out there to confront the Negro thief. And then, of course, as is the practice of violence and mayhem, the Negro thief took out a gun and shot him. I'm frightened at 67. I really don't feel safe. I might as well confess it. But that is what has taken place in the Anglican constituency. I really don't want to talk about Anglican, because when I do, the minister and the member of parliament for Anglican, she gets upset. So perhaps I won't talk about Anglican. And then, of course, I'm kind of concerned about some women whom I shall describe as bush women. These are women who find themselves in some horrible situation, and notwithstanding all this talk about women's rights, defending the rights of these women, their rights are not being defended, okay? And I may just have to deal with it, because since no one wants to protect the woman there, I may have to do it, okay? I may have to go into the forest to discuss the rights of women. Somebody got to deal with it. This is Freedom March. My name is Rodney Munker. It's a wonderful day in the Bahamas, notwithstanding the crime in the Negro community. God save the King. Welcome back to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Munker. My spiritual advisor is Bradley Roll. He's in studio. And of course, let me welcome Bradley. Bradley, how are you?
Doing great, Sandra.
This is great.
Hanging in there.
Well, I'm happy to hear that you are hanging in
there.
There.
Notwithstanding the challenges that you face on a daily basis, you know. It's always comforting to know that there is an outlet that you can plug into.
Okay.
There's a power source that you can plug into to help you through the various struggles that you have in life. Because contrary to what some may believe, I do have struggles from time to time. My hands are white. I need lotion. I'm so sorry. You can see on TV that my hands are white. I'm so sorry. I need to get some lotion. The lotion of these ashy hands of mine. But yeah, so that's one of the things, you know, that help us along.
Okay.
You need a power source to plug into.
This is powerful.
And of course, some of us are plugging into the wrong source.
Really?
As a result of that, we have all these various issues that, you know, face us from time to time.
Okay.
But you know who my source is, eh?
Well, please tell us, who is your source?
You ever heard about the man from Galilee?
The man from Galilee.
Jesus of Nazareth.
Okay, my spiritual
That's my
advisor.
source.
I'm
So
happy.
in my times of struggles and weaknesses and failings and whatever you call it, I plug into him.
This is powerful.
so that I could get the right power.
This is powerful.
Make any sense to you?
Indeed, it does.
I thank you so much for your invitation, the Freedom March, Senator. God bless you, my
since
friend.
I do have you here, perhaps I should invite you to do your job, your
Yeah.
national job. You
Absolutely.
are my spiritual advisor.
Wow.
And in view of the fact that we are faced with all sorts of social problems, I might as well tell you, behold the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, my spiritual
absolutely.
advisor.
So for the next couple of weeks, we're going to be looking at the parables. Jesus Christ was the master teacher, and he often used parables to, draw scenarios or points to his hearers. So let's look at this parable in particular, found in the book of Matthew, chapter 13, 24 to 30. It says, Jesus told them another parable because he was just teaching using parables. And he said that the kingdom of heaven is like a man who sowed good seed in his field. But while everyone was sleeping, his enemy came and sowed weeds among the wheat and went away. But when the wheat sprouted and formed heads, then the weeds also appeared. So the owner's servants came to him and said, Sir, didn't you sow good seed in your field? Where then did the weeds come from? An enemy did this, he replied. The servants asked him, Do you want us to go and pull them up? No, he answered, because while you are pulling up the weeds, you may uproot the wheat with them. So let them both grow together until the harvest. And at that time, I will tell the harvesters, first, collect the weeds and tie them up in bundles to be burned. Then gather the wheat and bring them into my barn. Matthew chapter 13, 24 to 30. Now, Senator, this is a sermon. We'll have to look at that tomorrow. But that's the word of God in the parable. Thank you so much, Mr. Producer. The word is always powerful and blessed. Amen.
I thank you, my spiritual advisor.
Absolutely.
Well, folks, yesterday, a 17-year-old Negro lad who apparently was in the Charles Winston Street community in that great constituency called Angliston. He was at a store, and then he was alerted that someone was attempting to steal his motorbike. So he rushes outside, meets the person, confronts him, and the person took out his gun and shot him. Well, that 17-year-old man is reportedly in hospital, and up to the point that I came on television, I've not received any intelligence as to whether or not the police has arrested that suspect. So it's another piece of gun violence. It is a piece of crime that has just gone out of wax. So we have a 17-year-old man shot, attempting to defend and to hold on to his motorbike. I'm going to leave it like that for the time being, and then perhaps if I'm moved by the Spirit, I shall return to that issue. Meanwhile, in the House of Assembly, there has been a debate taking place. You would recall that the government did announce that it was going to amend the Bail Act, whereby if a person is on bail and perhaps they commit another crime, that bail would automatically be revoked. It has triggered some debate among certain members of the legal profession. And so there's been some argument as to whether or not it will be effective or not, as these arguments are coded messages to the criminal class. So I too will leave that there, and depending on how the Spirit moves me, I perhaps will return to it. But it's been a very interesting debate, and I would want members of the public to try to get as much information on what is being said and how the debate has been progressing, in view of the fact that we've had perhaps about 19 killings for the year. This is the last day of the new year. So let us hope and pray that this day will leave us peacefully. But it's been a terrible, terrible month. And depending who is talking, you'd be surprised to know that you have lived in this bloody, bloody month, which has triggered warnings from the United States authorities and warnings from Canada. And we have seen many very interesting people who have made certain comments. I'll give you an example. The Free National Movement former Minister of Tourism is Mr. Dionisio de Aguilar. And of course, Dionisio de Aguilar tells the media how on Saturday, for 1.5 minutes, he was listening to a foreign station. Perhaps it was NBC in the United States, and he listened to their reports on the crimes here in the Bahamas. And of course, it was interesting to read some of the comments of this former Free National Movement Minister of Tourism. And of course, Mr. de Aguilar has argued that it is the media, the international media, who is doing more damages in revealing the level of crime taking place in the Bahamas, as opposed perhaps to the governments of the United States and or Canada through its advisory. So de Aguilar, as you would know, was defeated in the last general election, and he would have been the Minister of Tourism just prior to the Progressive Liberal Party coming to power. I may go into what Mr. de Aguilar has to say, as well as I may wait for the Spirit to move me. Today I'm being moved by the Spirit. But I'm kind of concerned about another article, particularly in view of crime. The Free National Movement has accused the Royal Bahamas Police Force of acting in collusion with certain operatives in the governing Progressive Liberal Party. Let me repeat that again. In a time when there's all kinds of crime taking place, where there ought to be national unity and national solidarity with the Royal Bahamas Police Force, our voice defenders against crime, that the official opposition has accused the Royal Bahamas Police Force with acting in collusion with operatives of the governing Progressive Liberal Party. By those allegations, the Free National Movement has moved, if they're not speaking truthfully, to cast doubt on the integrity and honor of the Royal Bahamas Police Force in the midst of one of the most bloodiest months that we've seen in a while. These allegations comes in the aftermath that the Free National Movement has had a major internal battle taking place. You would recall that Richard Johnson is a voice chairman of the Free National Movement. He had to go to court, and they regarded him as one of their voice chairmen, and he has been accusing them of using violence against them. He has accused his party, the FNM, of drop kicking him, of punching him in his head, of licking him down, of running him around the headquarters. These are the allegations. And Richard, while he's an FNM, he's a citizen. And if he makes an allegation to the police has a duty to investigate his complaints, because no one has a right to drop kick him. No one has a right to beat him up. So what is happening is, perhaps a couple of days ago, the police arrested a short man of the FNM. He's very short. Some people describe him from time to time as a midget because he's about 4'1". This suspect is believed, notwithstanding that he's very short, to have drop kicked Richard. That is the beliefs. And he has been like an official in the torch bearers. I'm very concerned over the fact that you can have a senior officer in the Torch Bearers Association, that allegations are being levied against him, that he's carried out violent acts against a senior FNM like Richard Johnson. It would not be good for me to say, praise the Lord, the violence is internal. That would not be good, because there should be no violence. And notwithstanding that when you examine the history of the Free National Movement, most of its violence has always been internal. And that would have been, at least for the last 51 years. So if there was going to be mayhem, violence, murder, it was always an FNM carrying out the criminal act against a fellow FNM. This is documented, and it's only a matter of examining the criminal files of the Magistrate Court and the Supreme Court. Certainly, torchbearers need to be managed. You can't have torchbearers being picked up by the police and being interrogated for these kind of allegations in which they are being accused of drop kicking Richard Johnson. Now, I've heard FNMs who've told us that Richard is obnoxious. Let's accept that Richard is obnoxious, but is that sufficient to drop kick him? Is that sufficient to punch him in his head? Is that sufficient to run him around the FNM headquarters? I submit that, notwithstanding that there are many FNMs who believe that Richard Johnson is obnoxious, that he's wrong for trying to bring Dr. Minnis back to power, that is not justification to beat him up. That is not justification to drop kick him. That is not justification. And the FNM should reconsider the strategy. It should call a meeting of the torchbearers and have a talk with these young people, because a lot of the crimes that are taking place in the country are being committed by young people. And the worst part about it is, if the young people are political, can you imagine a political party where its youth apps are practicing violence? That is not good for the society. And someone who's mature needs to talk to the old people of the FNM and the young people. So maybe the FNM might be upset that one of its torchbearers was arrested. If they think that the police is not justified in arresting a torchbearer on suspicion that he may have beaten Richard Johnson, go to court! Because there's too much violence and crime and mayhem among the young men of the country. And when it becomes political, it's dangerous. This is Freedom March. God save the King. God save young men everywhere. And of course, I want to welcome him. And from I began to show, I just been going off. I think I'm going to go off some more before I invite my spiritual advisor to make some comments. Yesterday, you would recall that I drew to your attention that at the police headquarters there was a press conference taking place, and Prime Minister Philip Davis was like the guest of honor. And I told you that that press conference got to be very important in view of the fact that it was being held at the Paul Farquharson Center at police headquarters, and the Prime Minister was attending it. I'm certain by now, those of you who have been following the news, following the media, you would be aware that one of the major topics that came up is the ankle monitoring. You would be aware that it is perhaps one of the most juiciest contracts. You hear me? And if I'm correct, this whole concept of introducing ankle bracelet. Now to start off with, you don't put bracelet on ankle. Years ago when I was more educated, I would have told you, but I don't remember anymore, that bracelet really go on your wrist. But they say it's ankle bracelet. It is a contract that was introduced by the Free National Movement. You may not believe me, I've always been suspicious of that contract. And if you have been taking note for the last 2 years, I've always attacked it. What do we need ankle monitoring? And listening to what the Prime Minister had to say yesterday, it's clear to me that Prime Minister Philip Davis has been quietly monitoring the ankle bracelet. And I believe that the problem that the Prime Minister faced and the problem that his government faced is they were afraid to do this. Let me look at my notes so that I can say it carefully. They were afraid to stop,
Review,
review,
and then cancel.
The ankle bracelet contract calls for stopping it, for reviewing it. That is what it calls for, because the genesis of this ankle bracelet was established by the Free National movement.
Right, so what does that mean? What does that mean?
Just follow the trend without me having to say it. It does not work. There was a major crime that took place in the area of Sunderland's Rehabilitation Center and the prison. And the men who were involved in that deadly crime, no one could tell where they were. And they had on ankle bracelet. You take that from me. I believe that if I'm aware of that, the Prime Minister is aware of that. I believe that if the Prime Minister is aware of that the Minister of National Security is aware of that. I believe if the Minister of National Security is aware of that, the Commissioner of Police got to be aware of it. So there's major crime taking place. And the monitoring people is supposed to be able to say where every person with an ankle bracelet is. But they couldn't tell the police that them gangsters was there. The police had to catch them to then become aware. Goodness me, these guys got ankle bracelets and nobody know they were here. Watch out for me. So it really don't work. It's a beautiful contract that the F&M created. Beautiful contract. Now it has been revealed by the Commissioner of Police yesterday that all you need is a little clip and you could lose the ankle bracelet. I told you that I live in a community where my neighbor had a wonderful ankle bracelet. But he also had a cat. My neighbor took off his ankle bracelet and put it on the cat, and the cat locked the cat up in the room. And poor pussycat, he walked up and down in the room, and the ankle bracelet people, they were happy to say my neighbor was there. Meanwhile, my neighbor jumped over the old BC wall and thieved the copper. And everybody in authority swore for my neighbor because the evidence show that he never left his house. But it was the cat. He used to take it off. The poor cat. That one old woman in Blackpool, she used to row. So why he keep locking up this cat? And the cat got on the ankle bracelet. I see things. Can you imagine taking off the ankle bracelet and putting it on the cat? Can you imagine if I had ankle bracelets? Because I now have about 13 cat. 13 cat. So, it's just amazing.
I have 9.
You have 9?
Mm-hmm.
I have 13.
I have 9 cats.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. So you could use 9 ankle bracelets.
Now, Sandra, let's look at this.
Go ahead, my spiritual advisor. You want to contradict me?
No.
Go ahead.
Let's look at this now, okay? So obviously, the monitoring system,
Yes.
for some strange reason, has been challenged.
Yes.
Right? And for some, they think it's actually failing the system.
You don't remember I used to complain about it?
Yes,
Okay.
over and over again.
All right.
So now here's what we need to find out. The person who's responsible for this particular contract, right? I believe they do have some policing expertise, if I'm not mistaken. Now, what we need to find out if when the PLP came to power, did they not cancel that person's contract and give it to somebody else?
I very doubt that the PLP
All right, so that's something we could
carried
find out.
out a practice of stop, review, and cancel.
Yeah, both parties do that. Don't forget now. Don't
I'm
forget the
talking about-
thousands
yeah.
of people that was fired from beaches and parks.
Do not confuse the issue.
All right?
We're talking.
So both parties.
The spiritual advisor, please do not do it. You're covering up for the
They fired me.
inefficiency of the monitoring
They
device.
fired me from beaches and
Oh,
parks.
Jesus.
All right?
Lord,
so
look how he's covering up for crime.
when
Would
the
you please
PLP
focus
comes
on the issue?
when the PLP come to power, if F&M have contracts, they fire them. They get rid of those contracts
spiritual advisor,
and they give them the
I want you to
PLPs.
stop it.
So all I'm trying to figure out, I'm asking you if that particular contract that was given under the Free Action Movement, if a PLP now has that contract. That's what I'm asking you.
Do
you know?
You're going to have to ask the government.
So let's move on for
this
that
is
then.
PLP.
Okay, so let's
All
move
right?
on. So then we must ask ourselves this question. You have a contract, a multi-million-dollar contract. Why would you use inferior equipment to fight a system?
These equipments are not inferior.
But the criminals find a way to beat them.
Our men,
So-
our citizens are smart.
Yeah, so when they
You
get
have
smart,
to
you
be
get smarter.
smart. How they gonna be smarter when I tell them the fella got it on the cat,
Okay, so then
and they wouldn't invade the house and arrest the pussycat.
so there has to be a system that actually says if you have on this anklet bracelet and you tamper it, there should be an alarm or something that goes off. Or what they need to do now is introduce the anklet bracelet that they have out, where when you put that on your, once they put it on your foot, and if you try to tamper it, it'll blow your foot off. That's the kind of system they need.
you need terrorism. Now,
No,
it blows the person foot off.
Then they learn the lesson.
Hold on
Don't
a
mess
second.
with the
Hold on a
equipment.
second. What about the collateral damage?
Well,
Huh?
that's
It's a bad idea.
Yeah, that's one of the things they must have.
It's a bad idea.
Once you tamper it, it blow your foot right off.
It's a bad idea, my spiritual advisor.
I tell you
All
one
right?
thing, that'll keep them on the heavy manners.
It's a bad idea.
Okay, it's a bad idea. Okay,
So now let's look for better idea.
I may be in. Yeah, forgive me for that.
Yeah.
But here's what I'm saying: you get the equipment that you know is the best equipment, because there are some equipment that are kind of like foolproof.
No, we have no foolproof monitoring ankle because of the level of sophistication of our criminals.
So what are you proposing?
I
What do you
propose two things. One, let's go back to the days when we didn't have ankle bracelet. Or two, let the commissioner of police be in charge of ankle bracelet, and we set up a
The commissioner?
division. Yes, the
Okay,
commissioner.
Okay. So you set up a division
And you set up a division
at the headquarters, somewhere,
wherever,
and just have a unit that does.
and the police monitor it.
Okay.
All right? Because the monitors are not working. You can cut them off. That's one. You can show up at a crime scene, and while you're committing crime, nobody know you were there. Nobody know you were there.
That's an inferior.
Unless the police catch you there. Right? And then, of course, in these hard economic times, many of the fellas, their lights are off. So their ankle bracelet are not being charged. So therein lies your problem. It's another way of making some money, and the level of sophistication isn't working in the Bahamas. So therein lies the problem. And so the Prime Minister is very concerned about it, the Commissioner of Police is very concerned about it, and therein lies the problem. I only want members of the public to be aware that there was a major crime taking place in the eastern part of the island. And the Central Detective Unit, it's a good thing they carry gun, because the intelligence they receive is nobody is in that area with an ankle bracelet. But they didn't leave their gun at CDU. They carry plenty gun, and when they got it there, they were shocked to see that the man of the ankle bracelet was at the crime scene, running from them, but no one knew they were there. That is a true story, and I don't want nobody to challenge me on it. It's a true story. So it's not working. And the most I can say is I'm going to blame it on the FNM.
But there
Because
has
the FNM introduced it. I don't want to call the former FNM minister responsible for
yeah, see now you turn this into politics now, you
national
see?
security.
Yeah, you're being political.
My spiritual advisor, all policies are political. If the PLP comes up with a policy to fight crime, it's a PLP policy. If the FNM comes up with a policy to fight crime, it's an FNM policy. If it works, hurrah to the FNM. If it fails, you will the FNM backside.
Okay, so now that we know that there are some issues with it, right? What's the next move for the government?
I don't know what the government strategy is. I think that we should just either take it over, meaning that the Commissioner of Police will run it, and or disband it and get rid of ankle bracelet.
Or they may have reason that, you know, it was something that the police couldn't do, so they decided to outsource it and create, you know, revenue for somebody else who would have the time to do
on
it.
bail. It is the duty of the police to monitor
a person.
Yeah. Remember what I told you? When the police got to the crime scene, they had already been told, you ain't got nothing to worry about. Nobody with ankle bracelet is at the crime scene. But the police still took their guns with them. And when they arrived at the crime scene, they were shocked. They couldn't figure out how the hell he get here when they just tell us nobody wearing ankle bracelet is here. And it's a true story. All right? So therein lies the problem.
Me.
So I'm happy that the matter did come up yesterday, and now we shall see what the government will do in view of the fact that there's this major challenge with ankle bracelet. Okay? This major challenge with ankle bracelet.
Excuse me.
Don't forget, you know, they did put an ankle bracelet on me, you know, and it was powerful. So therein lies the problem. Okay? And it's a real problem. Okay? It's not working. But it's a wonderful contract, and somebody has to invite the government to stop, review, and cancel.
Here's what I found.
And that's powerful. Okay? So having told you that, what else did take place there? So many things are taking place as we attempt to deal with it. So let me give you an idea of what the Commissioner of Police, Clayton Fernanda, had to say. And this is what he said. People on bail for serious crimes have been able to remove their ankle bracelet easily with just a paper clip. A concerning fact for authorities angers about people on bail committing serious crimes. So the Commissioner of Police, he's now compelled to tell the public, because take it from me, he is well trained, he has a wonderful intelligence apparatus within the police force, and as soon as his senior men arrive at that serious crime scene, they send him a coded message. Nobody has told me that, but you know, I'm the son of a former policeman, so I'm able to, you know, instinctively figure out what happened. And by damn, I'm correct. So they're concerned about it if we're fighting crime. All right? You will find that the court orders ankle bracelet. I want the court to be investigated now. Yeah. I want a judge to tell me why she think that that fella should get an ankle bracelet when the court know it is easy for him to hide from the monitoring. I want an investigation. I'm just suspicious over everybody. All right? And these are factual. It's so factual that the Commissioner of Police is now compelled to openly express his frustration. Openly express his frustration. And don't forget what I told you. A major crime on the eastern part of the island. And the police was told, y'all could go, you don't gotta worry, ain't nobody got no ankle bracelet over there. They couldn't see them. These guys are so good that they are invisible on the monitoring system. They're there, you know, but you can't see them. You can't hear them. That's a fact. You don't have to believe me, but that is a fact. So that is how serious it is. And when there's doubt, just cut it out. That's it. When there's doubt, cut it out. All right? And I don't know. That is as much as I want to tell you, because if I run on more, you may figure out that perhaps when policemen told me, and now that I think about it, a police did tell me, these are the questions to ask. And I decided one day, let me ask the question. And I got shocked. Every question the police must ask, nobody could answer it. And then I realized, boy, that's a smart CID, because I didn't know nothing but them questions. He said, listen, you think it wicked? I said, yeah, it wicked. He said, well, ask them A. Ask them this. And when I asked them things, I was shocked how smart the police was. See me, he said, ask them. And as a man, I got that following instruction. So it don't work, and we need to do something about it. You know, simple as that. Because we're not frightened of crime. Don't mind the tourist safe, right? We are frightened of crime. People are frightened of crime. That's a reality, all right? Hate talking about it, but that's a reality where people are very frightened about crime. That's a reality. My spiritual advisor, you have any more comments on that? Because I want to talk about
No, we can move on.
We can move on?
Yeah, we can move on.
You sure?
Yeah, man, absolutely.
Okay, this is powerful.
We can move on.
What time is it, my spiritual advisor?
It's 4:20. Sorry. It's 4:54.
Really?
We got about 4 minutes left.
4
in the
minutes.
segment.
Okay, my spiritual advisor, I want to thank you. I'm concerned about how in the District of New Providence appeared before me women who are in distress. I'm very concerned about it. And I want the government to focus on the woman there. I'm very, very concerned. So I'm going to talk in a little bit of parable. It's parable time. I want the senior government officials, when the woman them come with issues, please don't dismiss them. Please listen to what the woman them say. The woman them have a right to a home. The woman them have a right to piece of land. And the woman them house should not be destroyed. I'm very concerned about that. And I call on women organization to become more active in bringing political pressure to help women save their little houses. The women in the bushes, women in the forest. I really want to come into the forest, but I can't come because my foot is swollen. Okay? I got a sick foot. All right? Sick foot. So that is why I've not come into the forest, because I got to walk, and when I walk, it hurts. So I can't come in the forest. And I don't want to ask men to lift me through the bush. But I will come to the forest. All right? So I want the government to save the homes of Bahamian women trapped in the forest. Okay? Because there are women who are complaining. And I do not think that their homes should be broken down. And then I want to say to the government, these are not Haitian women. Now they're black, but they're not Haitian. So I don't want that level of poor treatment be carried out against these women of the forest, these women of the bushes. And I don't want any unlawful demands made of them. And I call on civil servants, if you meet women of the bush, you are to maintain your dignity and just deal with the law. Don't say anything that is improper. If you do, you're going to be secretly recorded. And then you become a part of a scandal. So when you go into the forest, you will only talk that which is lawful. You will only do that which is lawful. Do not subject women to that kind of... This is Freedom March. God save women trapped in the forest and has no place to turn. God save the king. I'll be right back after the break. Hold on, everybody. Welcome back to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Munker. Bradley Roll is my spiritual advisor, and he is ready for birthdays. Brother Roll?
We just got 2 birthdays today. Today we want to wish Brother Livingston Cooper. Livingston Cooper is celebrating his birthday. Happy birthday, of course, coming to you from your lovely wife. And all of the members of the Highbury Park Church of Christ, as well as the Southwest Church of Christ as well. Southwestern, yeah. So happy birthday, Brother Livingston Cooper. We hope you enjoyed your birthday, and as always, we hope you live to enjoy many, many more. Then we want to give a congratulations to nephew Darian Panzer, being chosen head boy, making the highest GPA in grade 6, making the principal list at Kelarish Primary School. It's one from your friends, families, and all those who love you, Aunt Shelley. The sky's the limit. Congratulations to Darian Panzer. And that's all we have for today, so we can move on to some other things.
Well, I have a vice cousin. His name is Roger Lewis. I believe today is his birthday. Roger, if today is your birthday, happy birthday. It's powerful. Well, folks, we are finished with birthdays, and there's an interesting story coming out of Grand Bahama involving an industrial accident, and the police is conducting an investigation into this industrial accident. And I'm so happy when I came over this article, because one of the problems that I've discovered in the Bahamas, and particularly on the island of Grand Bahama, there's been many, many industrial accidents which the authorities had failed to treat it as a criminal offense. There are many, many industrial accidents which are taking place here in the Bahamas. It is really a criminal offense. A proper analysis and investigation of the accident will demonstrate that someone has broken the law. Someone did not put the necessary protection in place. And I think there was a point when perhaps 2, maybe 4 persons at some industrial plant on the island of Grand Bahama suffered death. The Free National Movement was the government. I had called at that time for that matter to be treated as a criminal investigation, but it never was treated like that. And to the best of my knowledge, the deaths of those people went just like that. And the time has come for the police, the time has come for the government to ensure that the necessary legislations are in place where on a job site, if an industrial accident takes place, the Central Detective Unit must go to the spot, investigate the accident to make a determination to what extent has a crime been committed, either by virtue of the inefficiency of the people who are in charge. You will find then that in more developed societies, more advanced countries, they have those kind of laws in place whereby if citizen through an accident suffered death, the authorities conduct a criminal investigation, and to the extent that you can find people who are criminally responsible for the accidents, they are prosecuted. Sometimes they're charged with murder, sometimes they're charged with manslaughter, sometimes they're charged with causing grievous harm, but not here in the Bahamas. You can have an industrial accident and everybody seems to cover it up, and it needs to be stopped. But this story coming out of Grand Bahama gives me hope, and it makes me feel good to hear that there's an investigation. So I'd read it so that the people of Grand Bahama could be aware of what is taking place. Police investigate industrial accident at Grand Bahama Shipyard. Grand Bahama police are investigating an industrial accident at the Grand Bahama Shipyard that has left a 25-year-old man hospitalized. The incident occurred shortly before 2 p.m. on Sunday when a male worker was trapped between a crane and pieces of steel. He sustained injuries to his upper body. He was taken to the Rand Memorial Hospital for medical treatment. His condition is unknown. It is also unknown whether he was a permanent or contract worker. Last December, 23-year-old Graham Pinder, a casual worker, fell from a tanker at the shipyard. He sustained severe injuries to his face, neck, back, and lower extremities. Since then, union officials have expressed concerns about casual workers' lack of benefits, including medical insurance coverages. They call for an end to the practice. Prime Minister Philip Davis also mentioned that casual workers, Prime Minister Davis also mentioned that casual workers should be transitioned to permanent workers with all the benefits. So I thought I should point that out. I'm very excited that there is an investigation taking place, and if you check throughout the Bahamas, all kind of accidents. Sometimes people are working in construction, working on hotels, they fall, they die, and we just cover it up. And nobody takes responsibility for that criminal offense. My spiritual advisor, any comments?
No, no comments.
Great. Now, what you want to talk about? Because you seem to have been
distracted.
Yeah. Signs.
Well, okay, so gotten a few texts from some concerned citizens in the southern district of the Bahamas, in particular,
The Southern District of the Bahamas or the Southern District
of the Providence.
of
Forgive me. Yeah. Now, you see
Okay.
how you were able to correct me, like I did to you yesterday, telling me what now. So it's Paradise Island.
My special advisor, you're still...
Let's move on.
Just hold on a second. Really still challenging me on that?
Anyhow, let's get
Huh?
to these complaints.
You
okay. You okay, man?
Listen to me and don't challenge me anymore.
It's amazing.
When you're
Eh?
doing an affidavit, that same Paradise Island, that falls
In
in
Nassau,
that district of Nassau.
or in the district of it, but not Nassau itself.
Anyway, go ahead, my spiritual advisor. You went to St. Augustine College.
Okay, so we have some concerned citizens, and mind you, I did
What are they
experience it.
concerned about?
What happens, we need to see if we can get in contact with the minister or the Ministry for the Environment. Apparently there's some burning going on either in the Cowpen Road area, and of course the smoke is blowing across in the southern direction towards the
What
Marshall
is
Road.
burning
We
in
don't know.
Cowpen Road?
We don't know. We're trying to figure out.
What you mean they don't know?
But what has happened?
They live in Cowpen Road,
But
there's a fire taking
it's
place.
a very
and
strong.
They don't know what it is.
We don't know what's going on. Could it be those people burning coal? We don't know, right? But it is. As a matter of fact, there's another lady who texted me just a second ago saying that it brought down her sinuses and has made her grandson sick. So we want to appeal to maybe the Ministry of Environment to find out what is it that is burning.
Who's an MP?
Our MP for that area is Leroy Major.
Well, you better call Leroy Major because there's a group of women living in the bush and they have complained bitterly that he has promised to visit them in the bush and help to rescue them, and he ain't arrived yet.
What do they do in the bush, Sandra? They live in the bush?
All right? You heard what I just
Do
said?
they live in the bush?
Okay, I finished with that.
Yeah, so we're appealing to the Minister for the Environment.
Start by appealing to your member of
Okay,
parliament.
so we're going to...
If you appeal to the MP, he has the Minister of Environment number,
Yeah.
right?
And it's a funny smell. It's I don't know how to describe
Does it smell like pine?
That's a possibility.
Does it smell like pine?
I know it has a very strong smell, and it's difficult to get it out the house, because I had to do some spraying because
Does it smell like Obia bush?
And then sometimes it smells like somebody burning dog. You know that kind of smell?
I knew this is where y'all were heading. Tout le monde haïtien.
Now, ain't nobody call nobody there.
Boule bois. Parce que l'air anglais senti bois. Yo dit haïtien pratiquer beaucoup.
That's what that is?
Okay? Ma
Yeah.
pas connaît ça.
Yeah, it's a very strong scent, and it's making some
My
folks
spiritual
sick.
advisor, if it doesn't smell
Now,
like pine,
How do we go about resolving this matter?
go to your MP.
Our member of parliament, Leroy Major,
Yeah.
could you please? I
There's
end up
one
getting a different phone.
member
So
of parliament who would recognize what the Haitians are doing. Look at me. Just look at me. Look at me.
you see, hold on.
Look at me.
Let me just
Look at me. If there's one member of parliament
It'll be him,
who
eh?
would know,
It'll be him?
it would be him.
Why you say that?
You heard me? All right. Tout le monde haïtien. Où connaît ça?
Member of parliament for certain shows. ECIC. It's amazing. Anyhow, my member of parliament, Leroy Major, please call me, please. Let's see if we can get this matter resolved for the residents of, in particular, at Marshall Road area. I think there are a few subdivisions in that area, including those subdivisions that's close to Hansel Rogers. So you're looking at Pastel Gardens and Misty Gardens. Then, of course, the southern part of Marshall Road, very left.
Do they burn coal in that
I'm
part?
wondering if that's what they're doing, because
I've given you a way out, you know.
that
to
scent
you,
is ridiculous, man.
So it can't be
Maybe that's
pine.
why I'm
if
starting-
it smell like pine, it could be coal,
Okay.
right? But we're not burning coal that far.
V.
It's
amazing.
All right?
So, Mr. Leroy Major, my member of parliament for Southern Shores. Give me a call, please.
When last you heard from Frankie Campbell?
I haven't seen or heard from Frankie for a while. Frankie is just...
He caché.
He's gone into... What do you call it again now?
Caché.
Into the sunset.
Caché.
He caché.
Yeah.
You caché in Asia?
Oui.
No, man. Parce qu'il gagne shop là now.
Really? Where? Where?
Grove.
Really?
Yeah, man, yeah. He gagne shop là.
Mes amis, ça autant de Frankie Campbell qui gros magasin dans Glove.
Yeah.
Mi pas connaît ça.
Yeah. So we're trying to get this matter resolved. Hopefully somebody could call me and let me know what is going on. It's affecting the residents in that area, and we need some urgent assistance.
Well, why don't you
because
go
it's
and
been
check
for the
it? You live in the
last-
community.
Yes.
You should ride out there and see what is burning. If it smells like pine,
Yeah, give me that picture there.
right? That's the photograph.
That's the member of
burning?
parliament for Southern Shores.
Yeah, yeah.
Leroy Major.
Ask Leroy Major. Leroy, you and him can ride in that area and check it out.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be wonderful?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, Sandra, one of the things that I wanted to find out that we could actually dig into as you look into the business section of the newspapers, you see where there are about $221 million of luxury homes and properties that are going to be for sale in the Bahamas as a result of the FTX saga. So I'm wondering now, who would have first choice to buy these properties? Because I think there's a go-ahead now for the sale of these properties. It's amazing. Who would have first choice? Is it the man with the gold, or is it the man with the
Well,
gold?
if something is for sale and it is open to tender, then
Anybody?
who got the
I was,
money.
because I was wondering about that, you know?
Yeah.
Because they did buy up some really nice luxury homes in the country. And, about $221 million worth of those properties are going to go for sale in the Bahamas.
Yeah.
So that's
There's
very
nothing
interesting.
wrong with the sale other than we are to watch inland revenue.
In that,
In that they must collect
the what?
stamp taxes and the VAT.
The value-added tax.
You got it? So they could sell anything they want to sell, subject to not corrupting inland revenue. Inland revenue must collect the taxes.
But in that case, this being a litigation situation, right, who would then oversee those sales?
Well, the court.
Oh.
If it's the court of the United States, then I'm certain they would have to file their documents here as well.
Okay.
You got me?
Absolutely.
They can't just sell property because there is a department in the office of the Prime Minister, I think, where you have to make an application. I forget the name of that department. When foreigners want to purchase properties that costs X amount of dollars, you have to apply to the office of the Prime Minister.
Yeah. Thank you so much. You sent that number for me. I did have his number in my phone, but it's just that I changed phones because the last phone I had fell and was messed up. So
where are we now?
All right. So yeah, we've passed that.
Passed what? Your MP?
No, we were talking about the sales. We see where there's going to be some interesting sales going on very shortly.
If those sales come under the courts of the United States, I am of the opinion that they would have to also file something here.
In the Bahamas?
Yeah, and I'm also of the opinion that they have to apply to the office of the Prime Minister for permission, and inland revenue must collect its taxes.
Okay, so I am now currently texting the minister for the MP for Southern Shores. Minister, we have an issue.
Who is the minister you talking about?
That's Leroy Major.
He's not a minister.
Sorry, the member of parliament.
Educating.
The member of parliament. Forgive me.
Goodness
but minister just means servant. He's serving
My
us.
spiritual advisor, would you please stick with the rules?
Okay.
And stop misleading my people.
Sandra.
Goodness of mercy.
He's a servant. He's a public servant.
Wow.
So he's ministering.
Go ahead. Do what you want to do.
He's ministering.
You went to send the
now,
question.
if you want to argue if he has a portfolio or what, then okay.
Advisor. He's not a minister
He's not
in
a
the government
okay.
of the Bahamas.
Okay. He's a member of parliament.
He is the chairman of BEP. FAIC.
Okay, we
All right.
have an issue with burning. Go ahead, Sandra.
And then you can tell the lady that if
Burning
somebody is burning,
coal.
just call the fire engine. It's a very
area.
easy thing.
We're discussing it now. on
One
TV.
day, I was working in Foxhill, and after I cut down about 10 acres of land, I caught a fire. And I thought I was doing a wonderful thing, and then they sent 5 fire engine. I haven't caught a fire in Foxhill since then. So if somebody is burning in the Cowpen Road, just call 919 and tell them send the fire engine and out the fire. How's that?
Okay, good.
Okay.
All right, so you let's open the lines.
Yeah,
Ready?
my spiritual advisor, you may open
We
the
don't have any
line.
lines today?
There's no lines? Okay, so let's start.
Sorry? We will open the lines. Do we have lines to open today? Okay, good. Call us. We can open the lines earlier today. 323-7775 is the number to call. 698-0775 and 698-0776.
And if you know where on Cowpen Road the fire
this burn is taking place. Yeah.
call us and tell us.
Yeah.
And if you know who is burning the fire,
Let us know too.
yeah.
Give us the information.
And of course, if they're selling charcoal, I could use me a bag of charcoal.
All right, we got a caller. Okay, welcome to Freedom March call. You're live. We got 2 callers. Welcome to Freedom March.
Hello, Mr. Earl,
Yes, sir.
Mr. Munker.
Sir.
I just called you all concerning that Anglers bracelet.
Yes.
Okay, I be every angle of this town. I be in the clubs playing domino and playing things. Now listen, the other company what had the Anglers bracelet.
Yes.
They had a curfew. Anytime you see 11:30 and any of those guys get on ankles bracelets in the club by us, you know what they say? Uncle, I gotta go. I gotta go. So I say, why you gotta go? Say, before they come here and break up the games in the club and looking for me. They was waiting. People try even hacksaw and couldn't cut them bracelets off. The last company went at it.
Okay.
This company, you could take a pen and open it off. So the government need to do either get rid of this company with its ankles bracelets and bring a new company in who can do their work.
Right.
11:30 at the night, all them bracelet fellas years ago used to say, hey, I got to go before the police. One night he's right there on Wolf Road, cross from Big Scar. A guy came in there with the bracelets, and he said he got to go. And before he had a chance to go, the police have come out nowhere and get him. But this company, it seems like it's nothing but this company. They need to get rid of this bracelets company, this one. So
Okay.
it looks like it's a politics to do if they can't get rid of this company. Thank you very much.
Yes, we thank you so much too.
All right.
All right. Welcome to Freedom March call. Are you there?
Yes, good afternoon, Elder.
Yes, we're fine. Go ahead.
Okay, my comment today is regarding road traffic when you go to license your car by the what center. Now, I know they're looking for a new place. I want this message to get to the member of parliament, whoever in charge of that, because when I went to license my car, the ladies just sitting eating their lunch dropping on the floor. Then one of them said, oh, you know, I forget my bamboo check here last night. So that's what across the road. And to me, while I'm doing business, I don't want to see nobody eating their lunch to begin with. So I think that looks so unprofessional. So I hope this new place has a kitchen or somewhere so the staff can eat their lunch there and come and do their work. It looks awful. The woman was eating pea soup and dumplings, but she must have cooked the night before.
What she had?
That's ridiculous. You shouldn't have to say that. And
What was
that's
she-
where the
what
road
was
is
she
coming
eating?
from.
What
And
was she
that's
eating?
my 5 cents.
What was she eating?
Pea soup and dumpling.
Pea soup and dumplings.
I could use some of that.
Thank you
And
so
it was
much.
in a bowl she bring from home. So I'm just saying, I have no problem with that, but you shouldn't be eating in the public eye, first
Right.
of all, and that's what costing the rodents.
Absolutely.
It looks so unprofessional.
Yeah, we can see that
They have
here.
an area for them to eat their lunch and then come, and then they, like how in the hotel you're supposed to do hospitality course, They need hospitality. The attitude down there is so awful. They need to revamp this whole government system because these people, awful attitude, is awful.
We thank you for your comments. I'm going to take a call from my cell phone. Hello? Well, she hung up. She didn't realize she'd called me on my cell phone. Go ahead, my spiritual advisor.
All right, so we just got a minute and a half. So, you don't have any calls, right? All right, the Member of Parliament for Southern Shores wants to give his input on this matter. We don't have much time. I'll just try to see if I can engage him. The Honourable Member of Parliament Southern Shores, you're live on Freedom March. Can you go ahead and share your input on what's going on with this burning?
I guess I read a text from you. You said we have a problem with coal burning in Marshall Road?
Yeah, apparently, well, the residents in the Marshall Road area complain about a very strong burning scent for the last 2 evenings coming down to our area. You have any knowledge as to what this might be or where this may be coming from?
No, not Marshall Road, but I know we have a problem with coal mining on Coffin Road. And
okay.
Me and the Minister of Environment, we are dealing with that. As a matter of fact, we're getting ready to eradicate all of those illegal coal mining that is on Coffin Road.
Okay.
But I am unaware of Marshall Road. If that's the case, then I need to investigate that.
Yeah, please do for us, because apparently residents are complaining. Oh, what I would do, let me call you back when we take the break. I'll call you back in about 3 minutes so we can finish talking about it. Okay, Minister?
No problem.
Thank you. Okay.
This is Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monker. Rodney Roll is my spiritual advisor. We'll be right back after the break. God save the King. God save the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. Hold on, everybody. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monker. Bradley Rule is my spiritual advisor. Bradley.
Yeah, so we're at the calling segment. I'm trying to get a call from the Member of Parliament for Southern Shores, Leroy Major. I asked him to call the main line, 323-7775. Ms. Medusa, please look out for the call for the Member of Parliament. So we could have a discussion with him with what's going on with this coal mining and illegal burning, whatever you call it, in the southern part of New Providence. So the numbers to call is 323-7775, 698-0775, and 698-0776. Minister, have you dialed the number? 323-7775 is the number to call into us. Mr. Leroy Major. Anyhow, Sandra, anybody on the line? 698-0775, 698-0776. All right, let's do this. Okay, so he's on another call. All right. Anyhow, Sandra, you can go ahead if you have anything else you want to discuss. Well, we understand. Let me just look at these quickly. That the Road Traffic Department is announcing that they are starting the 31st of January, they're going to have some New Providence service locations. Seems as if they're going to be utilizing the Edwin Smiley Bastian Corporate Center, Thompson Boulevard, the second floor, for customer service, hours between the hours of 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. And services offered, of course, business company franchise, examinations, public service driver's license, foreign driver's license transfer, driver's license collection, collection of plates, and May gateway processing. And of course, payments for business companies, franchises will also be conducted at that location. Also, payment options are debit cards, credit cards, cash, or manager's checks. Okay, so some of road traffic's processing, it does seem as if it's going to be located. The location would be, starting the 31st of January. The main office, of course, will be moved to the Edwin Smiley Bastian Corporate Center, which is located on Thompson Boulevard, and of course they'll be using that second floor. And it does seem as if they're going to be using other locations, the Carmichael Road substation, of course, the Fort Charlotte substation. So, okay, welcome to Freedom March, caller. You're live. Welcome to Freedom March, caller.
Hey, Spiritual Advisor?
Yes, sir, it is. Is this the Member of Parliament for Southern Shores?
That is correct.
Yes, Mr. Leroy Major. Mr. Major, some of the constituents for Southern Shores have some complaints about some burning going on, and of course the smoke reaching its way all the way down to Anatole Rogers, Misty Gardens, and of course in the back of Marshall Road. Do you have any information we can have on this matter?
No, sir, but I know that we have a problem down South End Road and Golden House Road.
Okay.
I saw someone told me about an illegal coal mining in the back there.
Okay.
And they took me in the back there and they informed the Minister of Environment, and we are trying to shut that down right now, but that's only what I know about.
Okay. All right. So well, over the last 2 nights, we understand that there's been some complaints about this very strong stench as relates to smoke in the area. Where could we now go to find out what's going on with that?
What I will do, I will contact some of my farmers that are located on Moonfish Pond and ask them if they know anything about that.
Okay. All right, no problem. I also recognize that you're going to be having a branch meeting. Is that going to be tonight?
That is correct, sir.
Okay.
7 o'clock.
And so at this branch meeting, what are you hoping to achieve tonight?
Well, the first thing I want to do is let my constituents know what we're doing for 2024. I also want to hear their concerns that I can meet with those.
Okay. And I hope they're listening, because apparently there's been a lot of commentary coming from especially in the Marshall area. They want to talk with you, they want to meet with you, but they say they've been having challenges trying to get through to voice their concerns. So would tonight be a good night for them to come on down?
Tonight would be a very good night, and those who cannot come tonight, my number is 465-4965, 465-4965.
So what's the venue for this branch meeting tonight?
It's going to be at Galvantines Primary School.
Oh, Galvantines. All right, so tonight at 7 p.m., there's going to be a PLP branch Southern Shores meeting, and you're going to be chairing this meeting?
That is correct.
Okay, and it's going to be 7 p.m. at the Galvantines Primary School. Please, all of those folks, because maybe I need to start campaigning for you, because a lot of people just flock. I mean,
that would be good.
They just bombard my phone with calls and concerns for you, so I must ask the minister if I could join his team and help him get Southern Shores back under his wings.
Okay. You're welcome.
All right, so no problem. Minister, we appreciate your call, and of course I will get all this information out so those who do have concern can come to this branch meeting and meet you personally or voice their concerns while there. All right?
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Take care.
Okay.
323-7775 is the number to call. Oh, we do? Okay, so let's do this quickly. Yeah, we do have a birthday. We have a birthday, I think, Caro. Ricardo is, oh, sorry, this person here, forgive me. All right, so happy birthday goes out to this beautiful young lady. I think Miss Adley is coming from your family and your friends. They want to wish you a happy birthday. All the best to you. We hope you live to enjoy many, many more. And then, of course, there's a happy birthday celebration going out to, shout out going out to Caro. I know Caro. Caro's my boy. Coming from your family and friends. Caro, happy birthday. All the best to you and your birthday. And, of course, we hope you live to enjoy many, many more. Is that all we have for now? Okay, 323-7775 is the number to call. 698-0775, 698-0776. Welcome to Freedom March, caller. You're live.
Hello.
Yes, sir, you're live, caller. Go ahead.
Yeah, may I speak to Rodney Manga, please?
Rodney is speaking. Go ahead.
Mr. Manga, I listen to the House Assembly, and I hear minutes say they're wasting money.
So Dr. Minnis is attacking the senator again.
Yeah, man, he's attacking the senator again, say wasting money on him.
And he's not fulfilling his duties as an independent contractor with the government.
Just hold on a second. Why are you pushing?
If he ain't know what he's doing.
Hold on a second. Why are you pushing the F&M propaganda?
Ain't nobody pushing the
When you
this
know
man
I'm
called the
talking to
show.
you know I'm not a contractor. Why are you calling me? What you call me?
I say you're an independent contractor. You're not a consultant.
Okay, contractor. Yes. What did Minnis say? Let's hear what Minnis say.
Minnis say the government is wasting money on you, getting you contractor. You don't know what you're doing.
Wow.
Okay.
Ask Dr. Minister if he's sure he won't do it, because this man cursed Minister for 4 years straight.
Leave Minister alone for the day. Let me focus on this. I could always deal with Dr. Minnis, all right?
Boy.
I can always deal with Dr. Minnis.
Tell Dr. Minnis, the old people say, let sleeping dogs lie, man.
When did he speak? When did Dr. Minnis speak?
He's speaking now.
And he's talking about me?
Yeah, he's talking about you.
Well, that's very interesting because in the newsroom, there is no cable coming from the House of Assembly.
Yeah, but he's speaking now. I ain't know he finished yet, but I know he was.
Okay.
I know he was on.
But it's easy to deal with Dr. Minnis. I did warn him that if he continues to bother with me, I will attack my wife for his cousin, which he takes very personal.
Yeah, you on right now.
Yeah. Keep listening to him and call me later tonight and tell me what he say, eh?
Okay, then.
Do well.
Tit
This
for
is
tat.
powerful.
Butter for fat.
Yeah.
323-7775. Welcome to Freedom March. Call you live.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, caller.
Blessed. Good afternoon.
Ezekiel.
The spiritual advisor, Mr. Munker.
Sir.
Blessed. Good afternoon.
Thank you.
Rest in the Lord and do good. Lean not to your own understanding, but
Yes.
in all your ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct your path. And the family that prays together stays together. I'd like to send out a shout to all the senior citizens around the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, especially those around the family island, to the sick and to the shut in, to every family in the hour of bereavement that he has no sorrow.
That heaven can't cure.
And let us continue to pray for the male seats of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. And let us continue to pray for the ministers that God will use them in this last days like never yet before. And when Zion travails, sons and daughters
shall be born into the kingdom.
And I'd like to send out a shout to everybody that knows Ezekiel.
Ezekiel.
Brother
And
Joe.
y'all have a blessed afternoon. God
All right,
bless
you take care.
Thank you.
I almost could recite that again myself. Thanks so much, caller. Welcome to Freedom March. Caller, you're live.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am, you're live, caller.
Good afternoon.
Good
Mr.
afternoon.
Monco.
Yes, ma'am.
I have to ask a question.
Go aheed.
The shanty towns are being taken off illegal land. Is that correct?
Well, let me put it this way. Shanty towns are being taken down. I can't tell you if the lands are illegal.
Okay, but they legally built them.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, now, next thing is, my suggestion is, if those lands are not illegal and they're government-granted lands, why don't we utilize it when we take down these shanty towns and do things like growing coconuts? Coconuts could be a lucrative business in the Bahamas because these sellers are going around to people's coconut trees and taking down their coconuts and selling it. Why can't we do coconut farming?
We could do coconut farming. Yeah, it's a great idea.
That's what I was trying to say. We could do that.
In fact, I know an Eleutheran who is perhaps one of the biggest coconut producer. Yeah. So
I think so. Well, that's my suggestion. Take the land and do coconut farming because the tourists like the coconuts and so does the Bahamians.
that is true. It's a brilliant idea. Perhaps you should suggest it to Mr. Jomo Campbell, who's the minister responsible for agriculture.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. 323-7775. Welcome to Freedom March. Call you live. You're live, caller. Go ahead.
Hello?
Yes, ma'am. How are you?
Oh, I can Mr. Monka?
Yes,
go ahead.
ma'am.
Can I now?
Yes, you can talk, but turn your radio down. Talk to me.
I hear echo coming back at me.
Yeah, that's because your radio or
Your
TV
radio's
is
on. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Turn it down.
Yes, please. Yes.
Okay, down.
Okay, so go ahead quickly.
Okay, I can talk now.
Yes, ma'am.
I have an accident with the hotel that I was working in too,
Yes.
and everything went fine until they sent me back to a doctor to get my ankle rechecked.
Right.
When I went to this orthopedic doctor, he said to me that my ankle, my knee is only damaged 80%, and national insurance don't pay that.
Really?
Okay? So I went back to National Insurance, and I told them I come to find out what the doctor said. And you know what they did to me?
What did they do?
They was giving me $200 for what you call invalidity or something. What do you call that?
Perhaps invalidity payment or
For accident.
yes,
On the job.
yes.
They give me $200 a month. And you know, they take the $200 a month back from me.
They took it back from you?
National Insurance took it back. And I got injured on the job.
Really?
I went to work that morning, working, and I walked in. What happened? The chef took the bacon out the bacon, and the grease was on the floor. I didn't know. I was a waitress. And I just walked in there, and I stepped wide open. The trays went one way, the dishes went one way. I went the other way. And that, I even put them in the court. And you know, those lawyers they have up there, because I didn't have a lawyer, they still didn't give me my $200 back.
Wow. So how long ago they stopped paying you the $200?
I got my papers, I can't remember, but I got all the papers from there until now.
Do you know Mr. Philip McKinsey, who's the chairman of National Insurance?
I don't know none of them, but if you give me somebody I can go
Philip
to.
McKinsey, he's married. He's married to my dad's first cousin.
Huh?
Philip McKinsey, he's married to my daddy's first cousin.
Philip McKinsey?
Yeah, he's the chairman of the National Insurance Board.
Okay. All right.
Philip McKinsey.
McKinsey is capital McKenzie. Try and see him.
I must call him in his office and talk to him about it?
Yes. All right.
I heard somebody just report one accident on your job. So I said that I will call in and find out about it.
See if you could see Philip McKinsey. If you are unsuccessful, you call me back and I'll tell you exactly where to find him.
Okay.
All right, thank you. That's
All
the
right.
National Insurance.
He's the chairman of National Insurance.
Chairman, okay, the chairman. Okay, thank you very much.
All right. You're more than welcome. Welcome to Freedom March Call. You're live.
Hello?
You're live, caller. Go ahead.
This is Spiritual Advisor.
Yes, sir. How are you, sir? Great.
What are the Minister of Environment responsible for?
Sorry, we didn't hear your question.
What all he's responsible for, the Minister of Environment?
Well, anything that deals with the environment, you know, garbage collection.
So what about the Minister of Health?
No, it's separate. Minister of Health. The Minister of Health deal principally with medical issues. The minister responsible.
No, not Minister of Health. Not Minister of Health. I talking about Vaughan Miller.
Vaughan Miller is the minister responsible for the environment. Garbage collection.
Okay. So when he can start doing his work?
What is he not doing?
He need to come to Bacardi Road in Florida Avenue. All them derelict cars on the side of the road.
Okay. Have you made contact with him?
I sat in his office in Bacardi Road and told him about it.
Okay. And what has happened?
Nothing.
Wow.
Okay.
You'll call him.
Okay.
You're going to call him out.
He need to start doing his work.
Okay. Well, speak to him again, and if you...
No, I don't need to speak to him again. He needs
to do his work.
He need to come and do his work.
Okay. What's the name of the two streets again where these derelict cars are?
Huh?
What's the name of the streets? Where the derelict...
Floridale Avenue.
Sorry?
Floridale Avenue. Bacardi Road. First corner on the right.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, caller. We appreciate it. 323-7775. Welcome to Freedom March Call. You're live. Go ahead, caller. You there? There's an announcement coming from the Beaches and Parks Department. They're saying that this is to advise all persons holding contracts with the Bahamas Public Parks and Public Beaches Authority that payments has been made to the bank as of today's date, the 31st of January 2023. You can expect posting to your accounts by your bank by the end of day tomorrow. So for all those who was wondering where the money is, the Bahamas Public Parks and Public Beaches Authority has a major announcement to advise all persons holding contracts with the public parks and beaches Authority that payments have been made to the bank as of today's date, January 31st, 2023, 2024, and you may expect postings to your account by the end of the day tomorrow. Okay, great. We got a call. Welcome to Freedom March. Call you live.
Spiritual advisor.
Yes, sir.
Hey, brother Manka.
So,
let me ask you something, spiritual advisor.
Yeah.
Is it any way they could track down who owned these derelict vehicles on the side of the road?
Yeah, why not? They have plates on them. Some of them do.
Okay, so what the government now need to do is move them, but bill the person.
Yeah.
Give the person a citation, give them something to pay for removing them.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. You ain't gonna catch everybody, but you'll get some.
Some, yeah.
And brother Manka,
sir,
boy, you sure get Dr. Minutes water on.
what is he saying?
What he's supposed to do, he's supposed to leave you. You ain't bothered him for the year. He should have leave you alone.
It's politics, though.
Yeah.
No, but I mean,
It's politics.
Rodney Manka took him out of power. You don't think the PLB should give Rodney Manka something?
Yeah, but that's why he's fighting back at Rodney, so it's politics.
Boy, but he can't be in this one because I'm on Rodney's side. He can't be in this one. We can get him, Rodney.
Thank you, caller.
Thank you.
323-7775. Welcome to Freedom March. Call you live.
Hello, I'm Brenda Hebron.
Yes, ma'am.
Hello, I'm Brenda Hebron.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm calling from the Black Village community.
Yes, ma'am.
We have no pressure pills in any of the clinics. The health of a nation is the wealth of a nation. None of the government clinics have pressure pills. Please call the Minister of Health for me, Rodney.
I will
thank you
call
so
him.
much.
And where would you like for your pills to be delivered?
Any clinic. They have none to PMH, none to Fleming Street, none to Flamingo, none to Carmichael.
Really?
Plenty people on pressure, and that's one of them.
Yeah, so what you need to do now is go to the local pharmacy and try to get some.
You
Until
got the
such
money
time.
to pay for it for me?
They're not expensive.
What you don't call expensive? I'm a poor woman.
All right, so say, for instance, Netafin, 60 milligram, they may cost you about $29
You could give me that?
for a month's supply.
Can you sponsor that for me?
So you can't afford to
My
keep yourself
spiritual
alive.
advisor, would you please leave my neighbor alone?
I can't afford it.
It's amazing.
Neighbor, I hear what you say. I will talk to the minister for you.
Thank you so much, caller.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome,
Yes.
my neighbor.
Boy, if it's something to keep me alive,
My
I can
spiritual
try and find the money.
advisor.
Welcome to
leave my
Freedom
neighbor
March,
alone.
caller. You're live. Hello, caller, you there? 323-7775. Welcome to Freedom March, caller. You are live.
Hi, hello.
Yes, you're live, caller. Go ahead.
Hi, Mr. Manka.
Yes.
I believe that we really need a movement in the youth of this country to invest in the education. So we need to take better care of our youth.
Okay.
We need the professionals to go to the schools and to speak to the youth.
Yes.
We need people like you. Don't be discouraged. Continue to spend time to impart onto the young people and encourage them, sir.
Yes, sir.
We need this in this time.
I thank you for your kind advice, and I shall continue to do so.
All right, we get two more calls. Welcome to Freedom March, call you live.
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good. I would like to send birthday greetings to Reverend Lionel McIntosh,
Yes.
Stalwart Portia Palocanos, and Leona Smith.
Yes.
And it's coming from Queenie Gibson in Freeport.
Hello,
And
Queenie.
good afternoon.
How are you?
To you.
Okay, that's it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We wish them very well.
Bye-bye. 323-7775. Welcome to Freedom March, call you live.
Yes, Mr. Manka,
Yes.
this is Dorothy all the way in Freeport.
Hello, Dorothy. How are you?
I am one of the women's them.
Woman, behold your leader.
Yes, Mr. Manka,
Yes.
I'm calling about social service here in Freeport.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, they're not doing justice. My husband is bedridden now. This year will make him 5 years.
Yes.
And I put in back for his home visit from August of last year, and no one came as yet to see him.
When you say home visit, what do you mean by that?
They have to come so so he can be verified to say that he is bedridden again.
Okay. Have you sent a little text to the minister responsible?
No, I didn't. Could you do that for me, please? I know you can handle that.
Okay, so what to do is you send me a text identifying your husband, where he lives, and your phone contact.
Okay.
And I will forward it to the minister responsible for social services.
All right. Please, because I went there last week thinking I would get something for him, and nothing.
Okay, let's deal with that quickly.
Okay.
You send it to me, and I'll send it to the minister.
Okay, could you give me your cell?
801
801
57
57
60.
60. Okay,
Yeah.
I will text you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, take care, caller.
All right.
All right, bye-bye. Welcome to Freedom March Call. You're live. We got 2 minutes. Yes, we're doing well. Thank you.
Okay, first time for.
Welcome.
Yeah, I love this show. I love what how you doing? So
I'm fine, sir.
I listen every day.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And we are happy to hear from you, okay? Call us anytime.
Yes, sir. The lady that called that day earlier about the medication.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, spiritual advisor. He was in a hospital.
Pardon me?
She mightn't be able to afford it, like other people can't. So she was right to call and say she was not able to get.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't know with that. That's fine.
Right. So,
yeah, no problem.
Right. So be a little more sensitive that like people who mightn't have it, because some people can't even buy corned beef and bread. I talk about the $29 medication.
Okay. Yeah, okay. I can see that to you.
Right, but I respect you. Respect the God.
Thank you. You're kind.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Those clinics that's something they should have. They should never run out of.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I'll talk with the Minister of Health to see what this is. The lady, I know her very well. She is my neighbor, so I'll talk to the minister. Okay?
Yeah, Mr. Monda. Be an employee. I took the harm one morning in the office one morning, and he was there.
Okay. Thank you.
I like you.
All right, we got to end the call. We're coming to the end of the show. Sorry about the call. Take care.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, that's it.
Yeah, that's it, Sandra.
Well, folks, we thank you. Do well, everybody. Be safe. Okay? Be safe, be safe, be safe. This is Freedom March. Rodney Roll is my spiritual advisor. God save the King. God save the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. God save Bahamians everywhere in distress. Do well, everybody. Do well. Take good care. Tomorrow,